Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It is Teresa here with a layout for you using the Allison Pennington Wintertide Collection today for her creative team. And this is a 2-page Project Life spread for January of 2025. I wanted to share with you a couple of things from the Photoshop design that I created before printing and cutting it. And so first off, overall, the 2-page Project Life spread, like I've been doing recently with photos arranged in an area and then taking an opportunity to use the quote unquote white space for pattern papers. And this beautiful, beautiful floral stood out to me that I just needed to use that in my layout today. And so it's featured very heavily on this layout and absolutely beautifully. I would love to have that pattern paper in my home. Now, the pattern paper gives us a little bit of color in the layout. And then notice that the layout is punctuated by the wood grain details. There's a visual triangle created very boldly with that wood grain. It's a beautiful contrast to the soft but also bold floral, and that helps lead your eye across the page along with the little wood grain word strips that your eye will also pick up along the way. Another color detail are the gray journal cards, repeating that gray in a couple of places across the layout as well. And then my favorite thing on this page is the cluster here in the upper corner. And this was designed to be sort of like an ornament with a wreath inside of it that has little lights, and then the darling little deer in front of it. And another opportunity, of course, to add journaling. And the other thing I really wanted to highlight is the lighted word art. The Snow Day and Warm Hearts word art really pops and makes for a fun detail to look at, and it pops right off the page when you first look at it. So let's dive into the layout now, and I'll show you the printed elements, and we'll get started. Okay, so let me just flip through for you. These are the embellishment clusters that I printed out along with my journaling to tell the stories of this page. And then these are the photos and the journal cards that I created. So I'm going to lay those out. You will notice that there are light lines, rectangles that are telling me where to place these photos and journal cards. And the way that I do that is by turning all of the photos and journal cards, turning the fill down to 0 and adding a light stroke around each one and printing that background with those rectangles. It helps to know exactly where to adhere these. It's sort of like adding a pocket. Now there is stitching available to show you where these pockets are supposed to be. The original templates show this layout with stitching with black or white. And so that's one way to do that. To me, the stitching feels a little bit cluttered given everything that I'm adding on top of the photos and the pattern paper and so on and so forth. So I tend to not use the stitching that comes with the patterned, the stitching that comes with the template. But you certainly can, and just wanted you to know that that is an option. So once I have all of these adhered in place and I'm just sort of bending those corners a little bit. Listen, I get asked a lot about what papers I'm using to print on. I use, first off, I use the Canon Pixma printer. It's the wide format IX6820. That prints in a 13 by 19 size, and then I trim it down to 12 by 12. And then the journal cards and the photos are printed on semi-gloss photo paper. Sometimes it's gloss photo paper, but you could use a matte photo paper as well. What I find is, and the reason why people ask me is because the prints are so vibrant and the color shows up so beautifully, and that is why I use semi-gloss or gloss photo paper, because it prints so beautifully, and also because photo paper, as you know, is designed to ISO 9000 standards so that it is acid-free, lignin-free, and designed to last for a very long time. So I'm adding here all of the little embellishment clusters. These are a combination of the wood word strips. I love those in this collection and love having that repeated element along with a floral from the collection or some of the embellishments. Those little tiny leaves are so beautiful. That is a great way on that kind of almost squarish journal card. That is a great way to stretch a journal card. I layered a pattern paper behind the journal card itself, and then added that little bit of washi tape. Another thing of note too is the Wintertide card. That card is just pink with the word Wintertide, and I've added the magical and the text box and the other little embellishments to the card to make it really pop and feel like a part of this page. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here and following with this process. I will be sure to link the Wintertide collection down below for you and the templates from Erica Zane. I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.